We've had a good start to the Evo Stick League. We're in the playoff places in the league, and we're against Rushall Olympic in a Midlands derby today. They're in Rushall, we're in Hednesford. I believe we're away from home, and they're about 9 miles away. So it's a real local derby. Certainly not any of that business about travelling situations, taking stuff out of players. Oh, God, no. 9 miles we go today, and here we go. Then we're in FM18. 18? Where do I think I'm from? I can't even remember where that accent's from, but whatever. But we've had a good start to the season. Obviously, you were last with me. If you haven't watched that video yet, make sure to go and watch it. I introduced the squad and all that, so even if you know the result now and you go, wait, it was 5-2. Well, I show you through some of the squad and that sort of thing as well, so it might go and be worth watching. So, we've played 3 games since and we've picked up 7 points. Very nearly 9 out of 9. Very disappointing in that last game against Shoreline at home. But the second game against Lancaster, we won 3-0. Danny Glover and Luke Rogers both getting goals. The same against Nantwich, and our 2 strikers doing really well. Danny Glover getting 2 of those goals, and Luke Rogers getting 1 as well. We've also beat Barwell at home 3-1. We were 3-0 up, and because Craig Stanley got sent off for them. But Luke Barlow got a penalty score in the 36th minute, and quite funnily enough, they had 6 supporters away from home. That's quite amusing, actually. And there we go, Shaw's Lane only had 2 supporters away from home. West Brom are, blooming hell. Sorry, I'm watching final score, but West Brom are beating Tottenham. Wow. Right, but 2 away. Well, that's quite funny, but let's gloss over that. But unfortunately, in the last game, Luke Rogers scored a goal 22 minutes in, and they scored a goal 93 minutes in. We had an injury in Lee Smith, who we'll come on to in a second, but unfortunately, that Lee Smith injury, I just knew something bad was going to happen, and that was that Paul Clayton would equalise. So the league table looks a bit like this. We've got 7 points, so just over half the amount of points we could get in those first 4 games, of course, of that first game loss. Buxton are the only team to get maximum points so far, and Shore Lane just above us in the league, who obviously played last time out. Rushall Olympic a little bit behind us, but 2 wins, 2 losses, so quite varied and you know, quite consistent in terms of maybe 2 wins at home, 2 losses away. Oh, I don't know. But we've had a few transfer deals since you last been with folks, and the first one is Matt Spring. No, it's not actually, it's Billy Jones. Billy Jones from, he was actually at Harlow last, but he was a free agent, and he's to replace the left-back of Bobby Price, who obviously we bought in on loan because we needed a left-back. But Billy Jones is a much more solid option, 34 years of age. As you can see, a lot of experience down at this level, particularly actually above this level at like League 2, League 1, National League, and National League North level. So he's done very well for us so far. An average rating of 6.8, which isn't too shabby at all, considering he's only played 60 minutes pretty much on each game, because he obviously hasn't got the match fitness just yet, but 60 minutes a game, I'm quite happy with that. We also signed Matt Spring from Helmstead Town on the free. We just have to pay him. He's not on a non-contract. He's on a part-time contract of £13,750 until the end of the season. Looks like a good centre midfield option. Apparently, the only player who can sort of live up to the standards of Tom Fawley. There we go, Tom Fawley, Fitzpatrick and Spring. I don't know why Fitzpatrick is not in there as a better player. I mean, if I looked at the scout reports earlier, and it just said that, you know, Fitzpatrick wasn't very good. But there we go, Matt Spring has joined the club. A solid signing, 37 years of age, so maybe we won't have him just for this season, then he can go. And the player we've just signed as well is Hugo Scaplehorn. He used to play for Chelmsford. And what really pleased me about this chap is that, obviously, he played in the National League, saved the league above us. And the season before last, he scored 5 goals and scored a goal the season before that. And that was at the age of, what, 16, 17? So I can only imagine he's improved here. And he's 2.5 stars. We've room for improvement. If we go on our, I want to say our, no, I don't know where our, I can't remember what our assistant's name is now. But there we go, 6'6", so 2.5 stars with 5-star potential, perhaps, which would be very good. And really, he's our first signing of the youth squad. And in terms of staff, we've brought in an under-18s manager, I think I told you earlier, Lloyd Sharon, who is good at working with youngsters, he's good adaptability and good determination. But to be honest, the under-18s are not playing in a league at the moment. We haven't been invited to a league, and that's peculiar. I don't know why that is. Maybe because we haven't got any players. That'd probably be why. We've also signed a head of youth development, Jamie Luke Malton. Neither of these guys having jobs before getting here, and his first non-playing role, as you can see there. But he's got good working with youngster stats, and for this level, decent ability and potential judging stats. So that's the staff done, that's the players done. Obviously, Rob Smith left, duh. Another player that has left, I don't quite know why that's not come up, is, I can't even remember what his name is now, it's quite embarrassing. But if we go in the schedule, his last game was against Bardale, there we go, Jordan Nadat He has left the club. I've released him because, to be quite honest, he was rubbish. He was 26. He wasn't going to improve. He was 1.5 stars. And as you can see, the only good stats he's got is acceleration. The rest of them are pretty poor, apart from leadership. And, you know, it's a bit of a shame he only joined in August, but, you know, these things have to happen. And as I said before in the first episode, we do have a big turnover of players here. So Rushall Olympic then, quite a big derby against them. They're mid-table. What have their history been? They've really come up rather than down and have been in this league for a long time. Pretty much mid-table every single season. Maybe it'd be nice for them to have a promotion push. But there we go. They play at Dales Lane in Walsall, which is exactly where we're going to go today. So how have they got on so far? They have beat Altrincham, which is a good game for them. And they have also lost to... who was the other team? Or have they played 3 games away from home? They must have done. Because Stevenage are in this league. There we go. They've played the 3 other games away from home and have lost their last 2, particularly against Stafford Rangers, another local rival as well. So we should be able to win this. We've got a new tactic rather than that stupid 4-1-3-2. We've got a 4-1-2-1-2, basically a 4-4-2 diamond. With James Lorry, who the club signed before I came in, as the shadow striker. Rogers and Glovers up front. Foley and Crooks midfield. We'll actually put Fitzpatrick there, because I didn't actually know that Fitzpatrick was that good, but we will put him there. Spring, defensive midfielder, who of course we just signed. Jones, the other new sign at left back. Bailey, Oshie and Blinga make up the rest of the defence. And Vega in goal, because he's had a really good start for the season and has kept James Wren out of the team. Now, in terms of injuries, you've got a few injuries. Lee Smith is out for 3 or 4 months, which is a real shame. He had a real good start to the season, an average rating of 6.55. I know it doesn't look that brilliant, but he's been really good at that defensive midfield slot and will be a big player to replace. Then, of course, Gareth Seddon is out for 7 weeks to 3 months. Of course, that isn't going to be too long now, but just bear in mind these episodes are going to come quite quickly. It's only been 2 weeks since the last one, so, you know, in Premier League terms, that'll probably only be 2 games. But because we have 2 games a week in the Evo stick, then we are back here quite early. But I'll just shut up now. We'll let the game commence. We need to actually change this. I keep forgetting to change the instructions. We're going to go a little bit deep, because I certainly found in that first game that we were a little bit embarrassed, to be honest. Not embarrassed, but, well, I can't think what the word is, but by, what's his name now? It was Jordan Davis in that first game for Nantwich, who really embarrassed us. He got a hat-trick. Oh, I've nearly closed FM there. Bad move. But they've gone with a 5-2-2-1. That's an interesting formation. A little bit of width compared to just our left and right backs. Nothing too special. We'll play counter-attacking, very fluid. And at the end of the day, I think we need to win this game. I'd be disappointed if we couldn't. And we are playing 2D Classic. Here we go. The players are coming out onto the pitch. And here we go. So we have started the game. Bailey Nichols kicks off Vittel to Lingard. I still don't know why we can't get that stupid league table to go down a bit more. That's a bit frustrating. But all we need to focus on, to be honest, is the top half, because that's where the club expects to finish this season. If we get promotion, that'll be brilliant. It's just simple that the playoffs work. Obviously, the top 1 goes up to the North or South League, and another team gets up due to their playoff position. 20 minutes in, though, here, and it's been quite level, to be honest. I'll be disappointed if we didn't beat Rushall Olympic, because we have won, obviously, 2 of our last 3 games, but they've lost their last 2. So they come into this with quite bad form, whereas we come into it with quite good form. There we go, Jordan Davis scoring once again. I think he will definitely be one of the top goal scorers this season, no question about it. There was a chap at Stafford Rangers when I did my career mode last year. I can't think what his name is now, it's really going to annoy me, but there was a chap who used to score a hat-trick every time he played me. There was nothing you could do to stop him. And I'll tell you what, you can't stop here. You can't stop the clock, because it seems that nothing's happened. It's been 50-50 possession, we've had more shots. But to be honest, nothing's happened here. Nothing has happened here at Walsall, which is a real shame. And I think we've just been unlucky. So we need to go back out there, or to be honest, play on attacking. And just put the defence a little bit deeper. That makes a little bit more sense. Look for the overlap and dribble a bit less. Pass into space as well. I forgot that instruction before. But we could be 1-0 down here all day. But Rogers has got the ball. Put it up. This is what we're all about here at Hednesford this season. It's just direct passing. Getting it gone. That was a bit stupid from Glover, but oh well. Puts back to Vega. He's going to have a bit of a tricky task now, putting it back out. Because Rushall have won it back. Osman, Bailey Nichols to O'Neill, and it's nearly 1-0. And we have been saved by that bad shot. And Danny Glover, it's not been one of his finest outings today by any stretch of the imagination. Bucks have had a really good start to the season, though, it seems. They've won all their first 5 games as it stands. But that was a bit peculiar from the defence. Number 6, which is Fitzpatrick, and number 2, Belinga, who actually link up now. Had a bit of a weird pass there, but a lovely pass from Belinga into Rogers. Will he put it across to Glover? No, he doesn't. He goes alone. Has a shot, and it goes past the Rushall Olympic goalkeeper. And we are now on 10 points. And we are ahead against Rushall Olympic. Let's have a quick look at this then. Bellinger, a bit lovely pass, a brilliant lofted pass. That's what we've done so far, and I find that formula works in this division, and it's really good to see. And then Rodgers, after a few touches, to be fair, the goalkeeper should have got to that. It wasn't the best of shots, but it went past the goalkeeper anyway, and we're 1-0 up here at Rushall Olympic. Obviously, this league, I don't think the players got the best passing abilities, so all I can just tell him to do is just loft it to the strikers, and they will try and do the best with it. Now, we need to bring off a few players. A few players are tired. We'll bring Bellinger off for Lewis Wright. We will also bring off Matt Spring for Alfie Crooks. Oh, can he really play as a defensive mid? To be fair, what we'll do, we'll just move them forward and just have 3 central midfielders. And we'll also bring Glover off. He hasn't done the best of games. And try Skeppelhorn for his debut out. It'd be really good to see how he gets on in his debut out. And who knows, he might score a goal to make this day absolutely magical for him. But yeah, attack, that's absolutely... Actually, can Crooks play anywhere else? Because I have a bit of a OCD thing about players playing the same position. I don't know why, don't ask, but there we go. But it's been a decent game from Billy Jones, it seems, one of our new signings. Love to see Skeppelhorn getting a goal in his first game for the team. And if he's a real player, you know, if you're watching Hugo, leave us a comment. But I doubt it will be. But if he is, that'd be absolutely lovely. But 13 minutes to go here at Rushall Olympic at something lane. I can't think what it's called. But we could go Cartoonal up here. Jones puts it in for Laurie. That's quite a bad header from Laurie, to be quite honest. They've changed to quite an attacking style of play. We're going to try and counter that with an attacking style of play. And we should win this. And Wolves are winning against Bolton. We're getting... Wolves should go up this season, I presume, to the Prem. Be interested to see how they do get on if they get up to the Prem. But this looks like it's going to be quite an easy game. To be honest, we've only really had the one highlight. Buxton have lost points. What a shame. Buxton have lost 2 points today. They're not going to win all their games. And there we go. No one will be happier than the Hednesford Town fans. Absolutely right. Brilliant win against Rushall Olympic. And that is 3 wins out of 4. And we certainly have a case for being manager of the month. And that has been quite a short game. So what we're going to do is just play another game. We're going to skip forward to that game against... I can't even speak, can I? I just keep belching. It's terrible. But we've got another game in a few days against Halesowen. Halesowen have had a bad start. They're in 20th. So we can capitalise. But it'll probably be the kind of game we're likely to lose. Just 2 changes then for the game against Halesowen. Of course, we're expected to win this. But the 2 changes are, of course, Lewis Wright starts ahead of Bellinger at right back. And Skeppelhorn gets his full debut ahead of Rodgers, who's also on the bench. And Bellinger's also on the bench as well against Halesowen. We should be winning this one fairly comfortably. Brilliant. Just brilliantly timed that message was there. Well, we should be winning this one pretty comfortably, I'd be saying. We obviously won the last game. It'd be very nice to get 2 wins in today's episode. But that was not a bad start. What an assist from Danny Glover and Hugo Skeppelhorn within about 22 minutes of his career. Bearing in mind he played 20 minutes against Rushall last time out. Has got his debut goal. So Forley puts to Danny Glover, of course, the other striker. And that is a lovely ball. And Skeppelhorn gets in behind the defence, playing as a poacher, what he should be playing as. And what a goal that is for the youngster. A brilliant start for him. And that is a real good one. I think we need to tie him to a permanent contract. Rushall Olympic are beating Buxton. What a turn up for the Bucks that is. It's a terrible episode for Buxton so far. But we need to tie up this kid to a full contract. He seems to be playing really well. And we don't want anyone to snap him from under our heels. Because he's a young, good youth prospect. Who, of course, can play in the first team already. So it's not like we've got to loan him out. He can play in the first team already. And we aren't going to worry about that. So I think the financial implications will be well worth it if you think, you know, that there's a problem with the financial implications. I mean, it's only going to be, what? Probably £5,000 a year for someone that young? Maybe it's a hot prospect? Maybe. We'll have to have a look at it anyway. And I'm sure there'll be a few players turned around in this team. But at the end of the day, I don't think until we get up to the National League North, or say, I think it is the North, that we really offer too many players full contracts. Because bear in mind, the club aren't that rich, you know, we've only got about £3,000 of wage budget in excess. An annum, bear in mind, that is not a week. If it was a week, then they'll be absolutely laughing. But that's what, £60 a week, I believe that is. About £60 a week, about £55 a week. £55 to £60 a week. That you would be, you know, the club have got spare, which isn't a lot, obviously. And what a start that is for good old Hugo. I keep thinking he's Hugo Rodieger. I'll tell you what, should we call him Hugo Rodieger? I don't know, I like the name of Skeppelhorn as well. Two very good names and two classic Hugos. There we go. Rushall have just missed a penalty against Buxton, and it looks like they're having a terrible game and terrible episode, of course, our Buxton today. But we're keeping the goals out, which is a really good sign for us. If of course we win this game, we'll have 2 games this episode that we've got clean sheets. I know Bellingham can't play as a left back, but you know, it doesn't really matter. We'll also bring Crooks on for Forley. Give Forley a bit of a break, for heaven's sake. And then we will also bring... Actually, no, we'll leave it a bit. But we might look at bringing Bullock on at the end, you know, give him a run and slightly change the formation just a tad. 20 minutes to go then here at the Halesowen Stadium. Buxton have actually took the lead. Wow, within 3 minutes they got 1-1 and then took the lead. That's a brilliant thing to see. And it's only been a 3-minute game, apparently, according to OBS. It's had 3.5 minutes. Splendid. Right, we have got another highlight here, though. It might not be all over. Spring, though, to Cooks. To Skeppelhorn. Not a great pass, but come on, we need to get that ball back. Oshie. Back to Vega. Just chuck it out. Nice ball out. Skeppelhorn can't win that one in the air, but Crooks get it back to Glover. Still Glover on the ball. Bellingham. Lovely ball through to Skeppelhorn. He can't quite get that one in the air either. Lewis Wright. Laurie. Oh, unlucky. Laurie could have got his first goal there for the club. We're going to make another substitution here. We're going to put Laurie out on the left wing and then take Skeppelhorn off. He's pretty tired, and put him on the right wing. Actually, what we'll do is just put them back. I don't care if they can't play in those positions too well. I just want to make sure we keep this win. That's the most important thing to me. But that is pretty much, hopefully, going to be it for the game. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I keep saying hopefully. Hopefully there's not another highlight. If there's another highlight and we score, I'm quite happy to do that. But, a game that's all decided at... Well, let me shut up a minute. I was going to say a game that was decided by the first 15 seconds. And it still may well be. But it might not be either, because it's 1-1. Oh, for goodness sake. This happened last time we changed this blooming tactic. We did this against Shaw Lane. We changed this tactic, and the tactic clearly doesn't work. We'll just have to do that now, I guess. We can't really do much about it. We'll just change the tactic to that. And I want to attack at the end of the day. I'm very disappointed with that. We need to win because Halesowen are, you know, quite languishing down near the relegation zone. And if we don't win this game, it's quite a disappointment. Let's just skip that replay. We all know what happened there. But 4 minutes left. I don't think we're going to get another goal here. And that is going to be 1-1. A disappointing end to the episode, to be quite honest. I don't know if I was complacent or not. But that isn't good enough. We've lost 4 points now due to me making a tactical change near the end of the game. I think we just need to stick to that tactic. The only problem is then there's no wide players that can play. You know, your likes of your, what's his name? Callum Bullocks won't get a game. He won't get a game, so I don't quite know how we're going to get around that. But good episodes, I guess, on the whole today. 4 points gained out of 2 games. Really good, no way. That's the Marcus Tudjoy, isn't it? He's playing for Sutton Coldfield. I did not know that. Wow. Fantastic. Gurich Singh as well. I recognise Gurich Singh. He used to play for us. Tell you what. We might be able to get Gurich Singh back. He was good, Gurich Singh was, actually, when he played for me last year. But we'll have to have a look at that option. But we've got, obviously, the 4 out of 6 points today. And we will come back for that game against Stafford Rangers and also against the Stalybridge Celtic. So, if you enjoyed that, folks, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and comment any thoughts as in player suggestions. The window's pretty much open all year, so it doesn't really matter when you comment. Hopefully, I should be able to sign the players that you want me to sign. And if you are enjoying this series, just, you know, leave it a like so I can appreciate, well, I do appreciate likes, that's what I'm trying to say, but make sure you do leave a like, and then I can be really happy, and maybe the club will see it on Twitter and make me their football manager. But anyway, I've been TIJ. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow at whatever time I decide to bring these out. Might be 4, might be 5, might be 6. Not very good, is it? Not very good call to action. Come back tomorrow at whatever time. Anyway, I've been TIJ. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.